Hello and welcome to my channel. Sally here. Today I thought I would show you my Easter bunting that I started a couple of months ago and designed a couple of months ago, which was in turn inspired by my Christmas bunting. If you saw my Christmas bunting, if you haven't seen my Christmas bunting, you can always go back and have a look at my past videos, and it's all on there of how to make it. So I have now designed an Easter bunting. So I'm trying to get them all in shot for you, but they probably aren't quite in shot. But these were kind of inspired by, like I say, my Christmas bunting and also vintage embroideries as well. So each piece has got a little snippet of vintage embroidery that I've kind of created myself, although I've taken it from other vintage. When I've seen vintage embroideries, I thought, oh, I like that, so I've kind of sketched it out, and that's where they've come from. So some have been a little bit adapted, but most of them are kind of like, they're not identical, but they're kind of similar to vintage embroideries. So anyway, I thought I would go, and this was actually, sorry, I knew there's something else to tell you. This was actually from my Saturday workshop that I did, my April workshop that I've just done this past Saturday. I had some lovely ladies there who were also stitching along with me making this. It was my workshop provided everything for them to make this, although we didn't have time to finish everything because we only had 4 hours and it's quite a lot of stitching for that time. Everyone got to take everything home that they needed to complete it, and I've seen some completed and some I think are still working on them. So I'm hoping to get a lot of pictures back. I've got a few pictures which I will put on at the end of this video so that you can see what the other ladies have done as well. So I thought I'd go through with you anyway, just to show you how I created it. So I'm just going to fold it all up, and I'm going to start with the first flag. I folded that the wrong way, but never mind. And the first one are 3 little chicks. So what I did, I have got I've actually got a spare kit, so I can kind of go through it with you. All my flags, because this is like a flag bunting, this is all approximately just over 5 inches by 6.5 inches. And what I do on each of mine is I back them all with just a piece of old cotton. It is a vintage pillowcase, I think it was, just to give it a little bit of weight. It just needs a little bit of weight, really. And then I have drawn out the 3 little chicks, as you can see here, and then I've started to embroider them. Now I have actually, here's one I've already made, because at the workshop I did actually stitch along with everybody else in stages. So we've already done that. There's some lovely little chicks as well. We had some pink chicks. We were saying that this is kind of like the story of the ugly, the ugly duckling, with the different coloured chicks. So that one's got a brown one. So just stitch round in a back stitch and in whatever colours we wanted. So I'm going to go on to this one already because I've already done this one. So then what I did was I just put some running stitch around it and started to do the header. Well, I'm going to show you how to do the header afterwards, but I'm going to go on to my second flag. So let me just show you which that one is. Now these are all different orientations, so some are landscape and some are portrait. This one's a landscape one, that one's a portrait going that way up, and then the landscape one is going tilted that way. So here's one I made earlier because we did get on to the next one as well. So again, it was just the same chick, but it's the other way round. So if you look at, there you go. So he's looking at that one, and this one again, I've done different colours. And then he's saying chick, chick, chick. So I've actually typed out on my old typewriter. I did that for everyone's kit, chick, 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 so that they can pop that on. So this one here, this is about as far as I've got. I've just put on some trim here, just on the edge of the flag, put a little bit of trim on. Sewn that on like that. It's just in a running stitch. Everything's really basic stitches, and then I'm just actually ready to start stitching these on. So I'm just going to grab a needle, which should be one in here. I'll have that one, and some thread. Yep, I thought I got my thread ready. So I'm kind of, this is kind of like a the colour scheme that I'm using. It's kind of inspired by old vintage embroideries. If you have a look at them, they use a lot of brown. So I've kind of embraced brown because brown isn't a colour that I'm that enamoured by, or wasn't, I suppose. I've grown to love it a lot more since doing vintage style embroideries. There's some pink on that. So yeah, I've got brown, got pink, got this bright orange, that is for the flower bowl, the basket rather, more than anything. Although I have put a little bit on the legs and the eyes and the beak on this one. And then some yellow. So they're kind of like the basic colours that I'm using. I'm not going to use, I don't think there's anything else apart from some white cotton thread. That's all I've used. So I'm wanting to stitch this little doily on here. This little doily was inspired by my lovely friend Christy from Sew Bits over in Australia, because she dyed a load of doilies using turmeric. So I thought, I'm going to have a go at that because I'd love some yellow doilies on here. I didn't have anything to pop into the packs. So I thought, I'm going to have a go. I think it's the wrong way around, it's that way. I'm going to have a go at that. So that's how it turned out. And it's lovely. It's kind of like variegated as well. So I'm really pleased with how that turned out. Quite like it with the brown. Yeah, I'm going to go with the brown. Like I say, I'm embracing brown at the moment. So there is quite a lot on this, lot of brown. I don't know what that is. Okay. These are all second-hand threads. I try not to buy too many new ones because there's a lot of threads out there. If you have a look online on eBay, there's a lot of threads out there that people are getting rid of, that don't want. So I try to buy as many second-hand that I can. So that's why they come in kind of like with random labels on. I really don't know what that is, whether that's is it just a tie to keep it all together? I'm not sure, or if that's how it was. I don't know. I've never seen one of those ones, so it's not branded or anything. But yeah, so you get some like that, or some like this, some in little things like that. But it's all, I very rarely get a dud one. I sometimes get one and it's probably gone a little bit rotten or something, and I stretch it and it kind of pulls, and then you think, no, probably can't use that one. For couching you can, but not for sewing. So I'm just having a look. I think that was the right way. It was the right way. So I'm just bearing in mind that I am going to do a header on this, so I don't want to put it too much up at the top. So I'm just going to go round and sew that on. So how are you all today anyway? I hope you're all well. You're finding time to stitch. For me, work's just finished. I've taken Maggie for a walk. It's a beautiful sunny day here, so it was lovely. It was really nice. I mean, Maggie is not the easiest dog to take for a walk. She's a puller. She pulls a lot, and she wants to stop at every single tree, every single lamppost, every patch of grass. So it takes quite a while sometimes, but I'm trying to encourage her on sometimes. But yeah, it's a beautiful day here at the moment. So and it's supposed to, the next couple of days as well, it's going up to 20 degrees, I think. I'm sure I saw it on the weather, 19, 20. So for us, that is it's literally summertime in spring. So yeah, it's looking forward to a few days of summer. Summer in April. Is it April? Yes, it is April, isn't it? I'm forgetting what date it is. I hope it British weather can sometimes burn itself out, and so then when the summer does come, it's not very good, but I'm not complaining. It's beautiful at the moment. So all I'm doing with this is just a kind of like a whip stitch, or just a single stitch over going over the edge, just to tie it all down. I'm not hiding my stitches or anything. I like to see my stitches. And I'm using, yeah, this is an old doily. I'm using this fabric underneath here. The yellow fabric is or yellowy browny fabric. It is a bark cloth from an old curtain. which I bought. I think I must have bought it online on eBay. Maybe it was. Yeah, it was. I either bought it. It was either eBay seller or an Instagram seller. I can't remember now. But I absolutely love it. It's got big yellow roses on. For such a small project, you can't really see the roses that much, but it's just a pop of colour for these. Although on that one you can. There's quite a lot of rose on that one. Don't know whether I've got a blunt needle here or it's the fabric. It may be the fabric. It's just started to feel a bit tough. That one was okay. It must be the fabric. So just a couple of times round, and that can be cut off if I can find my scissors. There we go. So that's that done. I have actually put it into a different place because when I think the chick must be a bit lower down on, yeah, I think it is, measuring it, it's a bit lower down on this one, so there wasn't enough room to put it there, so I've swapped it over, so it's on this side this time. But that's the whole the joy of slow stitching, isn't it? Everything's unique and different. All my ladies who were stitching, they put their own unique spin on it. Some didn't even use this fabric, they used different fabrics, because I had a whole selection of fabrics that they could choose from for their choices. I only gave them certain fabrics and then they chose their own as well. I switched and swapped around, and they could put, I had all different doilies as well, they could choose their own doilies, so everyone's was completely different. Even though it's the same brief, it was completely different. Oh, I've gone for blue again, I didn't realise it, I wasn't looking. But so starting here, and then that will, it might be the needle, it's kind of struggling. I've just it is the needle. I think this is a thicker. I'm just going to pop that over there because I think I've picked up a too thick a needle. I don't think that's my proper needle. I remember from last time I need to just not put it back. I think last time I used it and then put it back so that I used it again. But if I keep it out, then put it in a different pot. So everything's done by hand. Let's get rid of that because it just keeps catching. So I don't like pins. They stab you and they get caught up. And again, just a straight stitch all the way around, or whip stitch it can be called sometimes. And you can just go over and over and over, but I just do it this way because it just saves a tiny little bit of thread. So hopefully I'll be able to get all the way around without having to renew it. All right, yes, I think I'm going to be able to get all the way around. so that's that. So let me just see if do I need to do, I might need to do the lace bit underneath as well, 'cause it's like a layer of lace. It's a square of lace underneath, so I think I might do that. Let's just take that out and let's do that in a yellow. Oh, let's do that one because that one's already cut off. There's quite a lot of that. There we go. And again, just going to go all the way around. I'm not going to do that on camera. I'm going to do that off camera, but as you can see, then that, just do a few stitches just so you can see the effect of it. And then I'll come back and show you the finished bit. So there's that. So let's just pop my needle there, park my needle there, and we'll go on to the next one. So the next one is the little bunny. Let me just turn that over. There we go. So there's the little bunny on the pink fabric. So let me just grab, yep, I thought I'd already got it. Let's grab, there's my needle, that's the needle. Right, so again, just from the, I don't know whether I showed you that there are my drawings of the little bunny, little chick, the lamb and the basket of flowers. So just trace that and then popped it onto there, traced it onto there. It's just gone around with pencil. And then I started to stitch, and all I've done is, if you can see this one here, some stitches are just straight, back stitch, and then others go that way instead, just to give it a little bit of a feeling of like fluffy bunny. That's what I was thinking when I did that. But as I say, it was inspired by a vintage piece of embroidery. So again, just here, just quite close together. So again, I'm going to go off camera and do this off camera. Leave it like that for now. And then he's just got a little pink ear as well. And then, where's my fabric for that one? So again, I've got a backing fabric on that one. I will go around the edge with a running stitch. I might just trim that off, that's a little bit too fluffy. And that's where my little bunny will go eventually. Like that. And then just some embellishments on it. So we've got like a little rosy flower, I've got a little doily, and I will have a look for some more little bits of trim. I haven't got any, they must be in the pot. I'm not sure where they've disappeared to. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera and stitch that one. There we go. So what's the next one? The next one is the basket of flowers. So with this one, I've gone with some gorgeous French fabric here. This was a French, it did say, I know it is French because it did say on the selvage. So sometimes I do think, how do we know it's French? But it was like a pelmet, an old pelmet. So it's just beautiful fabric. So on this one here, we are going to have a basket of flowers, which are going to go somewhere there. I've got a little doily. Now it comes like this. And I've actually cut the white off it because I didn't want the white. To be honest, don't fear cutting doilies because they're crocheted in circles, and if you cut that off, nothing's going to happen. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but the colour difference, it's a different colour. So can you see how the white, I don't know whether you can see that or not, but there's like the white stitch is wrapped around the pink. There you go, look, so that's the white. So when you cut that off, it's not going to fray or anything, because that's just the white that you're cutting into. And we just need to pick them. It's been washed so many times as well that the fibres have kind of melded into each other. So you don't really get, I mean, even on that bit there that I didn't cut through, you don't get any thread, you don't really get any fraying. Sorry, my mind went blank then. So yeah, I'll probably just cut that off. I'll do that off camera, just so that we've got just the pink. I think it looks nice with the fabric. And then we've got a little bow to add on as well, and then the actual basket. So I'm just going to show you a couple of the flowers on this one here, because I've used the buttonhole stitch. So we'll start with the blue. That'll be long enough, yeah. If I can find a needle that's not attached to another piece of work. Where are we? Let's pinch. Can't pinch that one because that one's wrapped around that one. Let me see if I've got one more. Yeah, I've got another one. Okay, so on this one, I'll take that away for now. You start at the outside. And you're just going in a little bit. Can you see how this one here? Just gone in a little bit, like that. And just buttonhole all the way around. So you're kind of leaving a centre circle where you can put your French knots. It just looks lovely and vintagey. I think I've gone closer on the other one, haven't I? This one's a little bit more spaced out, but hey-ho. Can go as close or as far apart as you want. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Apologies for any background noise if you can hear anything. I can hear footsteps above me, and I can hear the washer on as well. I've just realised I've not shut the door. It's quite open plan here. Everything's open, so I tend to hear what's going on around the rest of the house. Can I finish this off or not? Might be able to get one more stitch in. Yes, I think I can. Wow. Okay, and that brings me back. No, it doesn't want to. I'm going to try my best. Right. It's typical, isn't it? Hey, how are you? Oops, I've still not got it. Only one stitch left to go. Just try that. Right. I'm really careful, maybe. Yay! I'm just gonna back up, back up there, and that will secure all my threads. So that's that. And then I'm going to do some French knots in the middle, and I think I'm going to, I can't remember how many strands I used, but I think I used quite a few. I think I probably used the whole thing. I might not have done, I can't remember. It was so long ago that I did it. Do you know when you you sew something and then you think, how did I do that? I cannot remember. What am I doing? Yeah, not. So when I'm doing the workshops, I try to keep in mind that I need to kind of advertise for the next one. So I'm always thinking a couple of months ahead. So I did this bunting back in, when was it? What are we now? We're April, aren't we? April. I think it might have been January I started to work on it. It was, because it was just after Christmas when I took my Christmas bunting down. And I thought, what can I do? I love the bunting. I need to do some more. So I thought, I know, it'll be perfect for an Easter project. So I don't think I did use the whole strands, but I don't mind. There might have been 3 strands I used. As long as it doesn't knot, it's not going to be too bad. I just love this flag bunting. It's just, I find it more pleasing to my eye than triangle bunting. In fact, I was looking around the house and I must have about 3 different buntings, flag buntings around the house. I kind of will put some bunting wherever I can find it. It always cheers up a room, doesn't it? The shape actually originates from Tibetan prayer. It's not called bunting, Tibetan prayer flags. And I have been told, I haven't done too much research into it, but you must not let them touch the ground. These are the proper prayer ones. They must not touch the ground, apparently. I keep meaning to do more research. But I quite like that, so I'm going to leave that. I might do some little ones in between. I don't want to do too many knots in that because it's already quite thick. Let's do that. Yes, it's more like it. Okay, so that's just that, and then the others are just back stitch on that one. So I'm going to pop this together. There's just on the fabric here. So we're landscape on this one. That's going to go there. I think, yeah, that's going to go there. I'm going to have my little doily. There's going to be a bow on it. And then what I also am doing is I've got a little bit of strip of trim. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip. Can you see how there's like waves? I'm just going to snip the waves off. Just because I want it to catch. So if I snip them off, then it's not going to get into the gaps. Probably not making sense, but I know what I mean. So that's going to be popped on there. I just need to trim it to size. And then I need a little bit of trim. I'm going to go and find some trim. I'm not going to use this one because I've used this on another one. I've used a little bit of green on that one. I'm not sure whether I've got any more of that left, but I will have a look. That was one of the choices, so I didn't have that in the kit. So, but I will go and have a look. I've got that pretty one. I've got a longer piece of that. I might put some of that on. So that, and then that, and again, just little tacking stitches going across. That's all I'm going to do on those. So that's flag number, is that flag number 4? It is. The basket. And the last flag is the little lamb. Okay, so we're on lemony stripes, candy stripes on this one. Again, I've got the, that'll probably just need cutting down. It's a little bit too big at the moment. Like that. I've got my little lamb that I've drawn on. Again, all it is just following the lines in a back stitch on that one in pink and brown. I've done that one in. So once I've done that one, I'm going to pop that on there and put a few little, this one here's got some pretty flowers, not flowers, pieces of fabric and a little doily trim, which I will go and find a little doily trim for. So I'm going to go away, I'm going to do all my stitching, and I'm going to come back and show you how I do the header tape. Okay, see you in a bit. Right, I'm now back, and I have, I think I've just about finished sewing on everything that I can sew on at this moment. So yeah, because I can't sew that on until I get the header on that one, and that one's all done apart from the bow, which I need to put the header on, and that one there I've done as well. So they're kind of all done for now, and I'm going to start on the top. Now, I'm not using anything special at all. I'm not going to cut any fabrics on the bias or anything like that, because for one, I don't like doing that. I don't really need, you don't really need to do that. And for another, all you need is just some fabric. So just some lovely scraps of fabric. That's all you need. Nothing special at all. So I'm just going to cut my strips. In fact, I've probably done this one a little bit too thick where I've started it. But you can, as long as it's the same on both sides, it doesn't really matter. So let's just try and find some more. I've got these here. These are shirt fabrics. So these are probably perfect for this. They might just be a little bit too big. I'm just going to grab my scissors and just cut them down a little bit, but around about, yeah, about 2 inches, I think. So we'll go there. So that little scrappy piece I will pop back in my scraps box. Nothing will go to waste, and that will go on there like so. And all I'm doing are running stitches. I've chosen to do 3 lines of running stitches. It looks nice, better with odd numbers, so 3 or 5, or you can do as many as you want, it doesn't matter. And I'm mostly going to be doing mine in the brown thread. Yeah, which I have just been using, and I've got, I did have some threaded up, but there's not enough on there. So we'll start with a new piece, and just two strands on this. It's a little bit fluffy on the end, so am I going to get it through or not? Yes, it's gone through. There we go. So I'm just going to straighten it up a little bit. Like I say, it doesn't matter if it doesn't. I just think it adds to the overall effect of a bit of higgledy-pigglediness. So I'm going to just dip it up the other way, just because I sew from, what's that, right to left, because I'm right-handed. I may need to pin it, actually. In fact, I think I will. Let me pin it first. It's going to be easier than fiddling around. If I can find my pins. Are they in my drawer as well, or are they hiding somewhere? I've obviously used them somewhere along the way, and they are not here. They'll be somewhere around. Just do a couple, and then what I'll do is I'll get my next flag like that, just measure how far. I had these spaced out, just probably about, what's that, about 1.5 inches. I've spaced them out, so, but you can have them closer, further away, whatever you want. I usually put the join on the flag rather than in the middle, just because it gives a little bit of strength. So that one there. In fact, I'm not going to start sewing straight away. Another piece of fabric. Let's see what we've got. I may need something a little bit shorter first, and then I've just got a load of fabrics here that are kind of like the tones excuse me that I'm using. It's quite nice. I like that one. I'm going to put a little bit of that on. It's a little bit too thick. Go over a little bit more. That's okay. Quite like that orangey flower, so I'll have that showing. And you just keep adding the fabrics. I've got a couple there, they're stuck together, there are two. So I've got that one, or I've got that one. I'm looking for one that's going to go over the gap, I think. So I think I might choose that one. So I think this one will look okay. Like that. Yep. Pins are a bit fiddly on the small side. Okay. Then it's the rabbit. So this one here, that will go over that one. I'm also going to add some other things onto these as well, just to make them look a little bit pretty. Quite like this colour fabric. So let me just, I've not pinned this one on, have I? So pin this one onto there, like that. And keep going round. That one's quite long, so I can get see if it'll rip. Yep. Oh, a nice ripper. Okay, I've got that there, which I can take off. Join that there. Hold it over. I will probably move this up a little bit when I come to sew that bit on. Okay, on to the next one, which is a little basket of flowers. And what I'm doing is I'm alternating my flags from a long flag to a wide flag. So portrait, then landscape. Okay, and on to that. Perfecto. Okay, what else have we got? Got the blue one of that. Blue of that. No, not sure about that. What else have we got? Got a little bit of pink. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little bit of pink. Let's cut that in half. But I'm only going to go there, like that. Let's fold that over. Yeah, like that. Then I'm going over to this one, which I'm going to do that. the lamb is the last one, which will go in there. I'm just going to take that off for now. Pop it down there. It's not going there, but I'll lose it otherwise if I don't have it attached. Okay, do I want that? What I can do, we're going to have to, right, let's put it somewhere safe. I'll pop it over there. If I have that down a little bit, then you see that little pretty edging strip type thing, which I like. So when I'm running stitch on, that will all catch. So I've got no problem with it coming loose or anything. I like that, like that. Okay, so I've got one more piece to go, and that's going to be a little bit longer because I want the loop from my, oh, look at that, I've got that one. That will be perfect. Right, so I'm just going to get rid of all of these other fabrics because they're getting in the way. Put them over there. Let's just tidy this up a bit because it is wonky. Not that that matters too much, but I've got a feeling this is fairly straight because it's got to go. I'm going to have to just cut it a little bit. Otherwise, if it's not straight on the bits that you are over the flag, then you can see the inside is what I'm saying. So, like, if it's not right, then you'll see the bit underneath. I've got to be able to tuck it over and it's going to be okay. Yeah, it's perfect. A little bit of bright green. So that's going to go there. Doesn't matter if it's longer there though. In fact, I quite like it a little bit higgledy-piggledy like that. More pins. Okay. And then what I will do is I'll just make sure it's roughly the same length this side. You can kind of have them as long as you want. If you wanted a longer piece of bunting, then you'd probably carry on with your flags, wouldn't you? Do more than 5, but for the workshop I only did 5 because I thought any more would be too much. So cutting it off there, I just measured it the same as this one. So I will count the stitch all the way along there. Don't need that one at the moment. So that's it for now. Like that. So I can start stitching. I could, if I could find my needle, what to do with it. Righty-ho, it's here. Okay. Got a few loose threads, but it doesn't matter too much. So all I'm going to do is start here and just do, I'm going to start on the bottom row because that will catch everything. I'm going to be doing 3 rows of canthus stitch or running stitch. Trying to make sure that my fabric is kind of levelish. I'm using, how many am I using on here? What am I doing? Well, that's, yes, that's right, it's 2. Sorry, it looks a lot more. So I'll put it all the way through. Not thinking. So again, just going around and kind of gathering my stitches. Or stacking my stitches on at the moment till I've got a few. Looks like it's got a knot. I'll just give it a pull it back a little bit, just see what's going on. It should undo itself. Let's give it a little bit of a wiggle. We're going to, it's not going to, let's try and Oh, there you go, it's gone. Usually a little wiggle does the trick. Let's just straighten those out again. There we go. So here we go, we're starting on the flags. And all I'm going to do is just taking the pins out as I go. I'm just making sure I've got enough stitches here. And then I'm going to kind of veer down a little bit just because this one's a little bit longer. Go across here. I love doing my head intakes like this. I just think it looks better than, you know, that plain bias binding. It's a bit more interesting. Although you can make your own. I have made my own in the past from different fabrics by cutting diagonally. But I just don't think it needs it on this. It hangs quite well without the bias. Take that one out as we go. Getting rid of all those little pins. Through my fabric. So I'm just going to go all the way across and then back across and back across 3 times. I'm going to do it. So what I'll do is I will switch the camera off and just do the rest off camera, and then I'll come back and just show you the last bit of decorating that I'm going to be doing. So I'll see you in a little while. Right, so I've sewn down all my header tape now, and I've gone over, I've sewn down all the little trimmings that go over the top of it. And that one there I've done. I've not done my ribbon yet, so I've got just a little piece of ribbon. What's that, approximately about 11 inches. And I'm just going to make a bow. Like that. Just pull it to the size that I want it. Give it a tidy up maybe. Let's have a look. Yep, something like that. So all I'm going to do is just snip it at an angle just so that it doesn't fray too much. Like that. And I'm going to pop that on there like that. So let's get some thread. I think I might just do it with a blue thread. I'm just using up all my little alts at the moment that are kind of left over. So try not to cut any more off. Just use what's there. Just to add little snippets now, just to the header. Or anywhere else that I want to. So just going in and just through the knot, and then it won't come undone if you go through a couple of times. back of that. So it's kind of leaning that way just naturally. I think the other one, yeah, the other one went that way, but it's just how it falls. I like it like that, that's fine. Okay, so let's see what else I've got. Oh, the button. So to do the button, let me just get some more thread. Oh, forgot. Let's go for the yellow, if I can get it. There's green, well, it's green in there. I don't know. I think I've kind of muddled 2 projects worth of orts here, because these are not all the colours that I've been using. I've been using, let's get the yellow out. I've been using the yellow and the pink from here. A couple of strands of yellow for this. Okay. And that's not done it. Let's try again. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so gone a little bit longer. And all I'm going to do is tuck over and pop a button on. So I've got my little pot of buttons here in an old pastry case. And I'm just going to kind of measure the same as the other one, is something like that. It doesn't have to be exact, but it may look a bit off if it's not quite right. So it's there. Okay, that's the right way, yeah. And then the button is going to go about there. So I just need to pick a button. There's a lovely square one here I quite like, so I'm going to go with that one. I'm not going to worry too much where the little holes are. Just go through a few times to secure it in place. Ouch. Stuck my finger. Okay, so there are the ends done. That way. So I'm just going to go around now and see where I want to put anything else. If I want to put anything else, I've got a little bit of lace trim here. Wrap over. Which I quite like. Don't want yellow though. I'm going to go for the brown again. If I can thread it. Just want to. Okay. I've just spotted that lovely little bit of trim. No, I'm going to go with that one for here. So just, I think it's the wrong way around. Like that. And I'm just going to try and go over some of the little lacy loopy bits to tie into place. Hopefully I'm catching the back as well. Yep. I don't think the back is quite as long as this, so I'm not catching it there, but just doesn't matter. Come back up this side. I'm sure I'll be catching it somewhere along the way. Yeah, happy with that. It's I don't know what's happened there. It's kind of, maybe it's because it's not tied down. It's kind of, yeah, it's because it's not tied down. Just go back and make that a little bit flatter. There we go. Like that. Might be a little bit of just tidying up to do on some of the fray edges. Okay, so what else can I do? What could we do on anything on that one? No, I've got that, which is quite nice, but I think there's enough on that one. Let's see, I do like this piece. I'd like this piece going on somewhere. Quite like it where it meets, actually. Quite like it on there. So that's going there. We get some more thread. What should we go for? Got loads of yellow still. Let's go for yellow. I'm in trouble picking my needle up today. So I'm going to do a running stitch across the top. Like that. Yep, like that. Tie this down here. Not everything has to be completely tied down. There are a few little flappy bits. I quite like that. What else have I got? So I've got a few flowers. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. No, I'm going to say no to that one. I've got a pansy. Can I get a pansy on anywhere? Maybe. I don't think I can. Nope. I can go for another day. I've got some more buttons, maybe. Let's buttons. Let's have a look. See what the buttons we've got. Got a little. That's quite a sweet one. It's that way. I like that one as well. That one's kind of got a little decorative bit in. That's nice as well. That's like the blue. Oh, that's the same blue, that one. I like that as well. Right. Okay. Look at that one there, how the little holes are so close together. Right, it's going to be one of those. Let's put those back in there. Let's see. Not that one, not that one. I wonder if we can get a little bit of lace maybe first and then pop a button on over the top of it. What? Okay, I've got my little scrappy tin here, which has got loads of little bits in. That's quite nice. Oh, now that's quite nice. And that as well, just seeing that. Really, I don't know whether that's too dull for this. This is too dull for this, but that That goes quite well, doesn't it? With a button on the top. Like that. I might, where I've ripped it, it's all rolled over on itself, so I might just get rid of that. But I like the kind of misshapen bit of it. I'm not bothered too much. I like that. With a button on top. Yeah. Oh. No for that one, because that's too light. That one. That's the one I'm going to have. Oh, I don't know. Spot of choice. Where did I put Bunting go? Oh, it's there. That one or that one. I mean, the blue. There's a bit of contrast there, isn't there? But I love that one. I'm going to have to go for the contrast. I'm going to go that one. And do I want yellow? Not really. Let's go for blue. So if I just sew the button through the whole thing, that will catch the fabric as well. I'm hoping. And then that will leave it kind of a bit flappy. So if I'm going there, it's just, yeah, that'll be no problem. Going through, ouch. Went through that time, went through my thumb as well. Why isn't it going through? Oh dear. Right, I'm not too sure what's happened there. My phone's just lit up, and I can't see who it is, but I know it's either Christy or Christine messaging. Hello, Christy. Hello, Christine. I'll have a look in a minute, and when I've finished, a reply. We're always sending each other messages and with ideas and what we've been doing, catching up most days, to be honest, don't we? We catch up most days just to check in with each other. So that. I'd like something just here. I'm just feeling that's a bit, is it blending too much into each other? Kind of, it's not, there's no contrast. So I'm wanting something there. So what have I got? What have I got? I've got, let's have a look. It's hard to try and show you what I've got while still being able to look at my piece. I don't know whether that's helping or not. So I've used some of that already. That's part of it as well. There's a napkin, an old linen napkin with a wash label on, but I thought that looks lovely on here, especially because it's pink as well. That's definitely part of it as well, but no, not for this. I've got a little bit of lace. Let's get that lace out. Oh, that's ticking. A bit ticking. I don't know. Let's have a look at those. Oh, hang on, and that one. That's just caught my eye. I'm just going to. Too much choice can leave you and ahhing for so. Oh, and that's fell out. That has fell out without me actually picking it out. It's a little selvage edge with little dots on it. Perhaps I could do it that way. I don't like the fabrics, but that bit's nice, isn't it? Or there was this. This caught my eye as well. I'm not sure whether I'm going to use this. This is out of, I think it was maybe a tablecloth or something. I can't remember. Some kind of doily type thing with little hearts in it. I suppose it's like cut work, isn't it? I think it's machine done. But it's still pretty. In fact, I remember using a piece of this on one of my butterfly wings I did for another project. That's the little heart. It's cute. Does it go there or not? Does it go maybe somewhere else? It's too bland there, isn't it? It's not quite working. There's some. I've got this lace here. I don't particularly like the figure, but I like the actual kind of like a portion. You can't actually see that it's a picture. Just a decorative piece of lace. It's too dull for that piece. Still that space. What else did I have? I've got that. Oh, I've got one of those already. No, I can go over there. So that, I like that. But I think it needs something underneath it. Something brighter underneath, just to give it a bit of oomph. So, oh, well, the ticket. I got some ticket, didn't I? Oh, there it is. I don't like it with that. Do I like the ticking on there or not? No, I don't like the colour of that one with this. It's because it's the grey tone. It's not working for me. That. I did say I wasn't going to pick any more out, didn't I? But what about if I put, because that's going down, I think it's because that's going down. I quite like that, but I don't like the crinkly edge. So I'm going to take that off. But I do like it now. Yes, I like that. It goes that way. Still don't like the heart. It's too twee, I think. I think that's what it is. I like that though. The only other thing I've got is a bit of rickrack. Got some white rickrack. Yeah, I think so. Yep. On blue thread still. Don't mind. So I'm just going around the edge with a whip stitch. I'm loving this. You don't have to keep in the lines or anything. It's like if you're colouring, you wouldn't have to keep in the lines. That's how I kind of think of it. You just do your own thing. And because you're using such small little snippets of fabric and unique little pieces of doilies, everything, you can't replicate it twice. It's sorry, I was going to stop my thumb. Still bleeding. So that's that. Let's take that off, and then where are we? We're on that one, and we're going to put a little bit of rickrack on. So there it is, hiding underneath. I've just lost it again. What happened there? not worried too much if it's too level. I'm just going to sew it as it goes on, like that. What colour? Got some blue. Oh, there's a bit of blue in there, look. Is that going to be long enough? No. Okay, I'm going to try for the middle. I'm just going to make it a little bit shorter. So I'm going to aim for the middle, but if it's a bit wonky, then it doesn't really matter. I'm going to pop it that way. And again, just little stitches. It's a good way of using up all your old scraps, because you can put just little small pieces on here. They look great. Oh, can you see how this is going a bit squiffy now? Look at that. That's going right off kilter, but doesn't matter. Okay, so that's that one done. Let's finish that off. This is going to be displayed on like a wall or probably a wall or on a cupboard, so you won't see the back. So that's done. Yep, like that. That one kind of I think is done. Have a quick look. That one, I don't think I can get away with any more at the top there or there. Don't want any more rip-rack. No, don't think so. Got that. Does that go anywhere? Nope. I think we're done. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to go overkill, but so we're done. So what I'm going to do is I'll hang it up, and then I'll film it hung up. I think that would be the easiest thing to do, rather than me try and get an angle on the camera like this, which I'm not going to be able to do. So I think that's probably it. Oh, one more thing to say is if you wanted to make your own, this will be, I'll scan this, and this will be available as a PDF that you can print out on your own printer in my Facebook group, which is Dotty B's Slow Stitching. So I'll put a link to that as well. So if you'd like to have the templates to do your own little embroideries, then yeah, just go there, and I don't know whether it's download or whatever, and you'll be able to access it anyway. There's a few others on there. I think the daffodils on there. There's a few on there of templates that I've done already. So I will pop that one on as well, in case you want to do that in time, because we've still got a couple of weeks, haven't we? Or is it a week on Friday? I think Good Friday is. So, but we've still got time to do a little bit of stitching. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing me create my spring Easter bunting, flag bunting. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Oh, I'm going to say bye now. Hope to see you again soon, and then I will do a video after this. Also, I've got a couple of, one complete finished one from the worksheet, Diane. Hello, Diane. She's sent me a picture of her gorgeous bunting, so I'm going to put that on, and I'm also going to put pictures of all the ladies' partially finished works as well after that as well. So just watch the end so you can see everybody else's lovely work. So thanks so much. Okay, take care. Bye bye. And sorry, one more thing, I'm just back on because Hannah has also sent me her pictures, so they will be included at the end of this as well. So thanks very much. Okay, bye bye.